Hey, welcome to Star Media today. It's a little different program for us today. If you looked in your announcer over the weekend, or those of you who got the mail on Monday, you will have received the 2025 fair brochure in the announcer this week. And we're here to give you a little insight on what's all involved in that. And Heather Johnson, along with me today, along with Bob Remy, have been spending a lot of time working on the brochure of getting all the activities together and put in a document that you can follow through and plan your days at the fair. So Heather, welcome to the day's program.
Thank you.
And why don't you start off by telling us about some of the grandstand events or what's all going in the fair brochure.
Yeah, so the front of the brochure kind of outlines the grandstand events, like Rick said, also some of the special fair days. So Daycare Day is Thursday, July 24th. Senior Citizens Day is Friday, July 25th, and Kids Day is Saturday, July 26th. And then we have the grandstand events on the front of the brochure. And this year, brand new on Wednesday night, is the good old Plowboys. It's a lawnmower pull.
Okay.
So that's going to be something pretty interesting.
That's a little different than what the big tractor pull that we're used to seeing, but this will be them high-powered. I think there was a couple of those in the Buffalo Days parade.
Yes,
was
they,
there not? Okay.
They did have some of them coming through the parade. So we will be having a video with Ryan Walker, who's kind of spearheading the lawnmower pull, and he'll be explaining a little bit more of that later, so stay tuned for that. Then Thursday night is the ever-popular donkey races. You don't want to miss that. That's quite a laugh. And then Friday is the tractor pull with the Undercover Band out at the Beer Gardens. And Saturday rounds out the fair with the enduro race.
Okay. And you had mentioned earlier about the different days going on, and Kids Day is on Saturday, but as we all know, fair is for kids every day. So get those. Now, they have the Midway passes again this year?
Yes, they do. So on the back of the brochure, you'll see the carnival rides and the times for the carnival. Advanced ride ticket sales start on July 7th, so be sure to pick up your tickets or wristbands if you want to purchase those and save a few dollars. Otherwise, of course, they're available at the fair as well. So. And
then if you open up the brochure, the first thing you'll see on the inside page is something that was introduced last year is the map of the fairgrounds. And Heather, you designed this and put this together. And it's a little bit different this year because of some new buildings, and the exhibits have been moved around a little bit. So why don't you tell the folks what they can find on this page?
Yeah, so new this year is a shelter that's been added kind of by the ice cream area, and that is the Annenson Shelter. It's an open-air shelter, and that's where they'll be doing bingo and the watermelon feed and some other things throughout the fair. They've also kind of moved the Midway a little bit more north to have a bigger entertainment area, kind of on the south side of where the Midway was starting before. So that's where you'll find some of the bigger entertainment acts, and those are all detailed in the brochure. You'll find numbers for corresponding places on the map. So.
Okay, and it seems to me they have an awful lot of great entertainment down at the fair. So tell us a little, and most of it's all free if I understand correctly, right?
Yeah, so the majority of the fair is free. The only things that you'll be paying for is maybe if you want to do the laser tag. They have laser tag this year, axe throwing again this year. But yeah, pretty much all of the, like the music on the patio, there's quite a selection of music that will be available there. That's free. Music in the beer garden is free. There are a lot of old favorites back this year. The Minnesota Kite Society will be back, as well as the Teddy Bear Mobile. There's a new act this year, the Jurassic Kingdom Lockdown, which is kind of dinosaur puppets and animatronics where kids can kind of get up close to some realistic looking dinosaurs, which is kind of neat.
And of course, the fair is all filled with all the traditional things like the 4-H booth and the hog barn, the cattle barn, the horse arena, horse barn, lots of things for activities at the traditional fair. You had mentioned earlier that there's lots of free things, and the Rock County Fair is free.
Right.
Always free. And that's not always the case with county fairs. I grew up over in Heron Lake, and we used to go to the Jackson County Fair years ago, and you had to pay to get into that. And the Rock County Fair is free and remain free and will always be free, I think. So let's go on to some of the other activities, some of the other events. And there's axe throwing, I see.
Yep, axe throwing is back. The Minnesota Jack Sparrow impersonator is back. He's pretty fun to see. The Dolly Pops kid music. There's a new cowgirl trick riding routine that will be there on Saturday. A comic juggler. Laura J. Strong and Amazing Aerial Stunt Show. That'll be in that main entertainment area. I saw some of her videos online, and that looks really impressive.
Okay.
So be sure to check that out. One thing I did want to point out is that on Daycare Day, they're doing something new this year. You know, we always have a free community meal on the first night of the fair on that Wednesday night. Well, this year on Thursday during Daycare Day, they're doing a free luncheon for daycares. So from 11 to 1, you can bring the daycare down and have a lunch. And then they're also doing a Touch a Truck event during that same time. So be sure to check out Daycare Day.
Is that similar to what the chamber had done just recently? That was a big turnout for that. That's pretty cool stuff. So in this brochure that was in the announcer over the weekend, and it'll be around town at various over-the-counter sites. That'd be gas station, convenience stores, grocery stores. We have a few down here at the Star Herald's office if you'd like to come down and get those. And, you know, the Rock County Fair is just, it's a month away, basically. And it's 4 days of fun, family-friendly entertainment. What you need to know, though, is that the Rock County Historical Society, Ag Society, works year-round to put this fair together. And they have done a tremendous job of lining up a whole variety of entertainment. And so be sure to put those dates down on your calendar, get your brochure out, because the dates of the Rock County Fair are July 23rd through the 26th down at the fairgrounds. You all know where that's at. The weather will be nice, cool, comfortable. No wind, no rain, no sun. And I look to see you down at the fair, and thanks for joining us.